Benani has called on President Hage Geingob to look into the spending sprees of senior government officials. The PDM president said that the head of state should not allow his peers to influence him and that austerity measures should be put in place.
One issue that is very cardinal to us is entertainment allowance given to me, to MPs, to ministers, to senior government officials. Cut the entertainment allowance forthwith, so that we can be able to save that money to address needed areas of our country. The issue of business class travel must also be curtailed, because I've seen some ministers traveling first class. No, there is no justification for any minister to travel first, for any individual to travel first class, unless if you are super rich. Because the whole purpose of first class traveling is super rich people that does that, if you want to burn money. So the whole issue of business class must also be reviewed. Coupled with that, what you do not know, I know members of the media, you have never written about it, is spouses traveling allowance. We are calling on an end on spouse travelers. The only person that should be allowed to travel with his spouse should be the president of the country, for now. Because if you hold certain positions, especially the top 4-5 positions of government, you are allowed to travel with your spouse. And sometimes your spouse gets 80% of the holder of the office. People that are going to sleep in one same hotel, the spouse will get 100,000, the other one will get 100,000. The spouse allowance that is given to spouses during these difficult economic times, no official besides the president should be allowed to travel with his spouse, unless there is a justification for it. Most of the time, there is no justification even for it, after all. Because the only job that you are required to travel with your wife is when you are head of state, representing a country. But other officials taking their spouses, Singapore, long trips, the calculation most of the time is so bad that people that are spouses would get 2 different hotel rates. If you are a spouse, we assume you sleep together in one bedroom, but each one will get a hotel rate equal to the other. These things must end if we are ready to talk the talk of wanting Namibians to play their part. Government must bring firmer austerity measures in the country.
He has also called on the president to reduce motorcades and spend state money on essential areas.
The other night I was addressing the satellite meetings in the outskirts of Katutura. People are in the darkness, but we have a car. Your motorcade is worth 3-4 million, just the motorcade, plus your staff compliments. Just the motorcade. With 4 million, you can give over 1,000 people sanitation. So we are saying these motorcades of the vice president must have 3 cars maximum, the former president's 2 cars, the one carrying them, and the Corolla with blue lights, the prime minister 2 cars. Take the Mercedes-Benzes away and make sure that we save money for a better country. These things that we are using police officers, traffic officers, for no reason. People that are supposed to do work in the city are now on the details of people. And we are saying no, other Namibians must be able to contribute while the gravy train and the legacy continues unabated. 3, we are also addressing ministerial vehicles. A minister in Namibia is entitled to 2 vehicles. One an off-road and a sedan, plus a 3rd vehicle used by their drivers to take them home and come back. So one minister has 3 vehicles at his disposal. During this time of economic calamity, PDM is calling that all ministers must be reduced to a single vehicle. That minister must elect if you want to use your double cab as your only vehicle, so be it. But we can't have ministers that are having, the whole system must be reviewed, because it doesn't make sense to spend money and 800,000 on a Mercedes, another 600,000 on off-road. Either you give the whole ideal situation would have been give one Prado or a Lexus or whatever car, or the off-road vehicles, one off-road vehicle. But now they're having 3 vehicles. That cannot be allowed.
With the recent announcement of the 2% voluntary contribution from working Namibians, the PDM president said that if government wants people to contribute, they must lead by example and walk the talk.